Think about the last time someone asked you for a favor and you said yes, even though every part of you wanted to say no. Maybe it was a colleague who dumped their work on you, a friend who needed just one more thing, a partner who pushed a boundary you'd already set twice and you said yes anyway, smiled, maybe even apologized for hesitating. Here's what you told yourself: I'm just a kind person. That's who I am. But here's what the research actually says, and this is going to be uncomfortable to hear. A study tracking people-pleasing behavior found that those who consistently prioritize others' needs over their own don't do it because they're generous. They do it because saying no activates the same part of the brain that processes physical danger. Their nervous system isn't being kind, it's being afraid. There's a name for this. Psychologists call it the fawn response, the fourth trauma reaction that nobody talks about because it doesn't look like trauma. It looks like a good person. Fight, flight, freeze. You've heard those. But fawn is the one where you survive by making yourself useful, by never being too much, by keeping everyone around you comfortable, even when it destroys you. And manipulators, they can smell it. Not consciously maybe, but they are drawn, like a signal, to people whose nervous systems are wired to avoid conflict at any cost, because those people won't push back, won't call them out, will find a way to make it their own fault instead. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how this works, not to make you feel broken, but because you can't protect yourself from something you can't see. And right now, you probably can't see it. So let's break down exactly how this works. There are 3 stages, and most people never even notice they're inside them. Stage 1, selection. Manipulators don't choose victims randomly. Research in predatory behavior shows they consistently target people with specific traits: high empathy, conflict avoidance, and a deep need for approval. They test early, a small, unreasonable request, a minor boundary push, a guilt trip disguised as a joke. And here's the tell: they're not watching what you do. They're watching how you recover. Do you apologize after saying no? Do you over-explain? Do you go back and check if they're still okay with you? That's the signal. You just told them everything they need to know. Stage 2, the kindness loop. Once they've identified you, the pattern locks in, and it works like this. They create a problem, you solve it. They express disappointment, you feel responsible. They withdraw affection, you work harder to get it back. Notice what's happening. Your kindness is no longer a choice. It's become a mechanism, an automatic response triggered by their emotional state. Psychologists call this intermittent reinforcement, the same psychological engine behind slot machines and toxic relationships. Unpredictable reward, constant anxiety. You keep pulling the lever. And the most devastating part, you start to believe that this is love, this is friendship, this is just how close relationships feel. Stage 3, the inversion. This is where it gets dark. Over time, the manipulator doesn't just use your kindness, they reframe it. Your boundaries become selfishness. Your needs become burdens. Your exhaustion becomes ingratitude. You find yourself apologizing for things that were done to you, defending someone who hurts you to the people who care about you, shrinking yourself to fit inside a space that gets smaller every month. And here's the cruelest part of the psychology. The nicer you are, the guiltier you feel for even noticing any of this. Because kind people don't want to see the bad in others. That's not weakness, That's actually a beautiful thing about you. But without awareness, that same quality becomes the door they walk through every single time. So what do you do with all of this? First, and this is the most important thing I can tell you, being targeted doesn't mean you're weak. It means you have something real. Empathy, warmth, the ability to care about people deeply. Those are not flaws. They are strengths that were exploited. The problem was never your kindness. The problem was that nobody taught you that kindness without boundaries isn't kindness at all. It's a survival strategy wearing kindness as a costume. Here's the shift that changes everything. Start noticing the difference between giving from fullness and giving from fear. Genuine kindness feels like a choice. It energizes you. Fawn-based people-pleasing feels like relief, like you just avoided something. That feeling, that specific relief, is your nervous system telling you the truth. You don't have to become cold. You don't have to stop caring. You just have to make one thing non-negotiable. Your yes only means something if your no is real. That's not selfishness. That's the foundation of every healthy relationship you will ever have. If this hit close to home, you already know why you watched until the end.